Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Naomi and let's dream about beauty. In today's video, I have a full face of my least expensive makeup, drugstore makeup. Although, you know, drugstore makeup certainly isn't as inexpensive as it used to be. So most of what I'm using would be under $20, sort of in the $15 neighborhood. And I buy it from the drugstores here in Canada. So if you are interested in seeing how I got this look with my drugstore makeup, then just keep on watching. All right, so let's get started. I have this primer. It's the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Skin Primer with Kaolin Clay Mattifying. And you just rub that in gently. I hope everybody is doing well today. So I live in Western Canada. I am in the second province to the east of the Pacific Ocean. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Canadian geography, I'm close to the Rocky Mountains. And, ooh, your little friend visiting me right here. Fun. And, so in our province, the government has released a plan, a 4-stage plan for reopening the economy. So tomorrow, I think it's some doctors' offices, dentists, a few things, provincial parks are opening. And then in a couple of weeks, it goes to the next stage, which is like, I think restaurants at half capacity, other businesses like stores, clothing stores, etc., hairdressers. And then stage 3 is aesthetics. And it's funny, my husband's like, so, you know, what do you think about this? And I said to him, I just want to get my eyelashes done. So whatever stage that is, I want my eyelash extensions back again. So I'm sorry if that sounds frivolous. I'm just joking. I would give up my eyelashes in a second if it meant saving people's lives. So okay, so now for my foundation, I have really two choices. So I have the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear, which I really like. I have that in 2 shades. And then my other drugstore foundation is the Revlon Candid foundation that I just got. So I'm going to use this one because I just got it and I'm excited to use it. It's called the Revlon Candid Photo Ready Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation. So I am just going to squeeze this out on a damp sponge. So for this video, some of the rules I've set for myself are because being from Canada, there's differences in what's available at drugstores versus like sort of Ulta. So I don't know if in the States you would consider Ulta to be like a drugstore or if that's considered, because I know that they sell both high-end and sort of lower-end makeup or more affordable makeup. I don't want to call it low-end makeup. So in Canada, we have kind of drugstores. 2 main ones are Shoppers Drug Mart and London Drugs. And there you can at Shoppers Drug Mart anyway, you can buy high-end makeup and more affordable makeup, sort of drugstore quote-unquote makeup. And so I don't know, I guess if somebody from the States was doing this video, they might consider ColourPop to be eligible, or BH Cosmetics. But for me, anything that I have to order to receive, I don't consider that to be affordable makeup. And anything that especially if I have to order it from the States, because of course then I'm not only paying for shipping, or I have to order X amount to get free shipping, I'm also paying the exchange rate, which I'm sure everybody knows. If you're from Canada, you don't have a very favorable exchange rate in comparison with the American dollar. So when I was looking at all of the drugstore items that I'm going to use in this video, that's kind of the rules I set for myself, were the things that I could go buy at Shoppers Drug Mart or at London Drugs that are sort of typical items that you get on the shelf. Now, I did have some things, like for example, my local Shoppers Drug Mart. Well, like if I order online from Shoppers Drug Mart, I can get the balm, but I haven't seen it sold there like in store. So anyway, okay. So now for concealer, I'm going to use the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This shade is way too light for me, but we will try to make it work. I have a friend who, I had this in 2 other shades as well. I would bought this to be more of a highlighting shade, but my friend was looking for some and I didn't use them very much, so I gave them to her. I guess I will have a nice bright under eye today. I'm just going to go ahead and bring that concealer up onto my eyelid as well, just because I don't have to be wearing this makeup all day, so my eyeshadow doesn't last. I normally don't use concealer as a eyeshadow primer, but I don't know if I have any drugstore eyeshadow primers. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with just a little bit more foundation. I'm just going to blend that in kind of around my eye just to help with how, because it's just too light. And this foundation does layer quite nicely. I mean, I've only used it a couple times, but from what I can see in the mirror, it was funny, okay, as I cough. When I was coming back from Las Vegas in March, I was eating these really spicy chips. They're jalapeno chips. And of course, this is when everything just kind of, you know, the whole thing was going down and everyone was freaking out, and I started having a coughing fit and I'm trying to stifle it, and I've got tears pouring out of my eyes. And my daughter's looking at me like, oh my God, Mom, stop coughing because people are looking at you on the plane. That was kind of funny. I was like, I've never really been afraid to cough before, but you don't want to draw attention to yourself when people are, you know, worried about catching a virus. Okay, so now for powder. I'm going to use a powder that's by a brand called, where is it? Pardon me while I look for this. Ah, found it. So it's by a company that's called Nude by Nature. Now, I do not know very much about this company, but I do know that it is, oh, that's funny, that it's available to buy at my drugstore, my local drugstore, and it's not in the high-end area. Nude by Nature, and it's called the Translucent Loose Finishing Powder. And I was reading the French part, and I was, because it's all kind of one, and it's like transparente, and then it says loser, finishing powder. I was like, loser, what? Yeah, that's just, I'm just being silly. So I got this as a sample, because when you order online, every now and then you get a kind of a beauty bonus from Shoppers Drug Mart, and they send you a bag full of samples. It's awesome. I love getting it. And you have to buy, like, order $75 or something worth of products. So anyhow, this powder came in one, and I don't think I've really used it before. So the fun part about this video and doing this idea is that it gives me a chance to use some of the makeup that maybe I don't regularly use. So yeah, just powdering around my T-zone. Okay, and for contour, I am going to use, well, for powder, contour, I'm going to use my blah, 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 blah. Where is it? I'm going to use my Milani Sunkissed, my Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in Sunkissed, and it's a very cool tone, so it will be suitable for me to use as a bronze, as a, what a thingamajiggy. Bronzer, or contour powder is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I don't know why I contour my forehead, because I think that my forehead is quite proportionate with my face, and I'm not sure that there's, I don't know if I should be. Do you ever find that when you're doing your makeup that sometimes you just do stuff because you see other people do it, or you do stuff out of habit? And I like to watch videos like on kind of how to figure out your face shape and how to figure out stuff like that, but it's easier said than done. I'm still trying to figure out what brush I should be using for contouring, and I'm not really liking this one, but oh well. I'm going to just go over top of it. Maybe this would be a good bronzing brush. So for bronzer, I'm going to use my new e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer. That's what it looks like. I've used this, I think, once. I just got it a week or so ago. I don't really I have one Holy Grail brush. I used to have a Holy Grail bronzing brush, but it started losing its bristles, or its bristle, or whatever you want to call them. My one Holy Grail brush is my JH32, and I use that for blending my eyeshadow on. That's my only Holy Grail. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to use the NYX, this is called the Sweet Cheeks blush palette. I know NYX is not as affordable as it used to be, that's for sure, and eyeshadow or drugstore makeup is going up in price quite a bit. So I am going to use sort of a combination between this color and this color. I can't really remember how pigmented it is, so when I am unfamiliar with the blush, I don't want to just go in and so you can see that on my hand I can't really see much, so it's not an overly pigmented blush. So if I don't have to worry too much, I can just go in. This is an older palette. I've had it for a couple of years. Okay, and now highlighter. So for highlighter, I have a few different choices. I have a Milani strobe light in 01, I think it's called Afterglow, I'm not sure. Instant Glow Powder, that's what it looks like. I also have this, which is a new. This is the Milani Baked Highlighter in Dolce Perla. But I think what I'm going to use is the one that I have that I haven't used in forever. And that's the Wet n Wild Mega Highlighting Powder in Blossom Glow. And that's what that looks like. I forgot how pretty this is. And it goes really well with the blush. Shine down just a bit. Okay, so now I'm just going to do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with my eyebrows done, and it's time to move on into eyeshadow. So my drugstore palettes, I don't have a lot of drugstore eyeshadow. I had more, but I gave a lot of it to my mom. So I've got the City Mini palette in Chill Brunch Neutrals, and I've got the City Mini palette in Downtown Sunrise, and I've got the NYX Ultimate Multi-Finish Shadow Palette in Sugar High. So I think I am going to use a combination maybe of the Downtown Sunrise and Chill Brunch Neutrals, the two Maybelline, the City Mini palettes, which I quite like these palettes. I do like this one as well. I've gotten a couple of really nice eye looks out of it. But yeah, as I was saying, I decluttered quite a few of my drugstore palettes and gave them to my mom. And she, I tell you, is hard on her palettes. I gave her one, a Revolution palette, and I just saw it a couple months ago, and it was used. I mean, if you like seeing a used palette, this one, it was, the lid was broken off and almost every shadow was panned, and I'm like, you go mom, like, she did great. Okay, so I'm gonna go in to start out with, let's see, my eyes aren't tacky, they're still fine, with this shade right here, a matte. It's kind of a matte mauve shade. So yeah, this is my holy grail blending brush. It has the right combination of, I don't know, it's a little bit scratchy, so it just really blends, like it's really hard to explain. It has enough density, I suppose is what I want to say, that it really blends shadows out really well, I find. So most of this makeup that I'm using, other than I think the e.l.f. and the Wet n Wild, most of it ranges between sort of around the $15 point in Canada. Sometimes you can get it on sale for like $11.99, $12.99, sometimes $9.99. Okay, I'm going to take a clean blending brush. I'm going to use the, let me see here. This is the JH34, and its bristles are a little bit sort of pointy on the top, so it's good for blending in the crease. And I'm going to go in with this darker purple shade and put that in my crease. And I'm going to tap it off because I don't know how pigmented it is. Getting quite a bit of kick up in the pan. And I'm just really like sticking with as I've said before, you want to deposit most of the pigment in where you want the most depth, and then you can start blending it out. Because by then you've got most of the pigment off your brush, and then you can just blend. So if you are relatively, new to makeup, or you've been kind of doing the same thing and you want to get sort of into the real, I would really recommend investing in, you don't need expensive brushes, but just having a selection of brushes is really critical. And you can get some really inexpensive ones from Amazon that work just fine. BH Cosmetics, which is a company in the States that have a website, and it's affordable. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in with this white color shade and just use it as a fade shade in the brow bone area. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with these two shimmers. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use first. Holy crap, that scared me. Sorry, something fell off the wall. It's getting really windy out. Ugh. Okay, so I'm just going to I'm going to use this one right here. I'm going to spray it. Quite a bit darker than I thought it would be. Seems like a lot of the shimmer is just an overspray, because I don't see very much shimmer in the actual color. So I'm going to go over it again with this more silvery color right here, with the other side of the flat shader brush, and I'm going to spray it. Okay, see I've got a little bit of fallout. I'll brush it out of the way. Okay, brushed away well. Alright, and there's one more shimmer color that I'm going to go in with. That's this one, and I'm going to put that in my inner corner, and I'm going to spray it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in to this palette, and I would like to brighten up the shimmer on my lid. So I'm going to try going in with my finger. That's kind of what I wanted. Yeah, that's a little better. I just would like to now deepen up the outer V a little bit. I'm going to go in with a pencil brush. This one, it's Sigma pencil brush E30. The other side. I really recommend doing your outer V with a pencil brush. I learned that from Nona from My So-Called Life 1977. She always does her outer V with a pencil brush, and it actually works really, really well. It's easy to kind of bring it up into the crease. And you have really nice control. There, a little bit of fallout. That's all right. Okay, I'm just gonna go off here and do some eyeliner, clean up my fallout, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have Okay, so I'm back with my mascara, eyeliner, and lashes on, and now we're going to do some lips. So for lipstick, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Color Riche in the shade Shining Peach, and I'm going to go in with the NYX lip pencil in Pale Pink. This lip pencil was in a favorites video that I did. I just love the color. And some setting spray. This is the Catrice Matte Finish Prime and Fine Anti-Shine Fixing Spray. Has a very nice fine spray that I quite enjoy. Okay, so this is it. This is the fine finished look. And so now I just would like to talk about like last week, so I'll put it up here. Last week I did a video with my most expensive makeup, and now I'm using my least expensive makeup. And I have to say that there wasn't a huge difference. I love the foundation. I think it looks really pretty. It looks very skin-like. I don't even feel like I'm wearing foundation. The bronzer and blush are pretty. Sorry, my eyelash seems to be running away. The eyeshadow palette is okay. It's not my favorite, but it got the job done, and I think that the look came out quite pretty. And I'm mad at this eyelash now. Yeah, so anyhow, so what I want to say is that you don't have to spend a lot of money on makeup to have fun with it and to enjoy using it, because I had fun doing this look. I think it looks pretty, and all in all, everything that I use probably cost me less than $50-ish if I was to count, or maybe around there. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed watching the video. I appreciate it, and time is our most precious resource, and when you spend some of your precious time with me, I really appreciate it. I hope wherever in the world you are, day or night, that you're well, that you're healthy, and that you're most importantly happy. I hope that you come back for more content. Please consider subscribing, activating the notification bell, commenting, and or giving the video a thumbs up. So I would like you to take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.